way, before I start, did you understand what we have learned last Monday?
Yes.
Yes. What have we learned last Monday? About answering part 1, question 1. Did you remember what are the tips? Ingat tak? Hi Imran. Ingat tak Imran? Last week. Kita belajar pasal apa? Last week, paper 1 kan? Answering paper 1. Lain tau. Paper 1, sorry. Paper 2, part 1. Paper 2 ada 2 soalan. Okay? Part 1 and part 2. Part 1, short and sweet. Simple. 80 perkataan sahaja. Okay, cannot be more. 80 perkataan. Only 80 words sahaja. So, your writing should be short and simple. Tak ada bunga-bunga, hi, how are you? Biasanya the question is writing a message. Okay, and you have to give advice. Kena bagi advice. Okay, ingat tak last time cikgu ajar? Kena bagi jawapan, apa you choose, and then kena bagi 3 reasons. Alright, and give also examples. Alright, so you mesti ada 4 point ni, very important. Lepas tu hi, salutation hi, and also bawah tulis from siapa. And then ingat tak cikgu ada bagi tulisan kuning tu, kalau awak screenshot, tulisan kuning tu contoh, itu you boleh sebagai, boleh gunalah tu juga sama. Kalau you ingat screenshot dia. Ataupun you nak tengok sekarang. Nanti cikgu tengok, cikgu tunjuk lah Alright, now today we are going to look at part 2. Alright, part 2. Sebab in paper writing ada 2 part. Satu, part 1, simple one. And then part 2, a longer one. This one is 120 words. Okay, 120 words. Cikgu besarkan. Full screen ya. Macam mana nak besarkan dia? Here. Alright. Okay, now. Okay, sample question. This is P23 sample question. This is how it will look like. Macam ni soalan dia. Okay, dia akan berbentuk macam ni. Okay, ada mapping. Ada map. Dia bagi awak content lah. Okay, biasanya dia akan bagi awak content. Okay, you should spend about 35 minutes in this part. 20 marks. Okay, hari tu part 1 20 marks. Part 2 20 marks. Okay, in your class you have been talking about celebration. Okay, dia tunjukkan soalan dia. In your class you have been talking about celebrations in about 120 words. Okay, this is longer, 120 words. Can you write more than 120 words? Boleh tak rasanya? Can you write more than 120 words? Boleh tak tulis lebih daripada 120 perkataan atau kurang sikit daripada 120 perkataan? Boleh tak? Boleh. Boleh tulis lebih, boleh tulis kurang. Okay. If you are writing 110, jangan kira kalau ada masa maybe dekat rumah boleh lah ada masa kira sebab masa panjangkan jawab kat rumah. You are writing 110 words, acceptable juga. 150 words acceptable. Tapi dia bagi range lah 120. Tapi tak boleh lah terlalu panjang, right? For example, two pages. Kalau tulisan besar tak apa, tulisan kecil-kecil 2 pages tak boleh. Okay, alright. Now 120 words, write an essay about a celebration you enjoy. You may use the notes below to help you. Okay, ni contoh soalan. Alright. Ini dia akan bagi tengah-tengah ni adalah tajuk dia. This is the title, a celebration you enjoy. And then these are the content points that you can use. Dia akan tanya soalan. Ataupun kadang-kadang dia tak bagi soalan, dia bagi point. Okay, you cakap pasal ni, pasal ni. Alright. Okay, this is the sample question. And then write your essay. Okay. Now, before you start to write, use all the notes given as a guideline for you to write the essay. Okay, these are the notes you need to use all. Alright, you need to use all. Answer the WH questions in an essay format. Okay, ni adalah soalan. Jangan awak salin soalan-soalan ni. Apa yang dia buat ialah, dia nak awak jawab soalan ni. Why you celebrate? Jangan dalam karangan tu you write, why I celebrate? Cannot. Okay, so you kena tulis apa? I celebrating is because my parents are celebrating their 17th years of marriage, you know, why you celebrate it. So you answer the questions. Okay, ini salah satu bentuk Lagi satu bentuk, ini soalan, dalam bentuk soalan. Nanti saya tunjuk juga dalam bentuk konten, dia bagi konten siap-siap. Alright, so this is the examples, alright. How do you write it? Dia kena jadi macam ni. Every year, my family and I will celebrate Hari Raya. We do a lot of things together and enjoy celebrating it since I get to meet all my relatives and friends. Siapa tahu perangan pertama ni panggil apa? Oh no, what is this called?
Pendahuluan.
Pendahuluan. Good. Introduction. Okay. I need somebody to read the rest of them. Siapa boleh tolong baca? Besarkan sikit, tak nampak kot. Nampak tak? Okay, can you read it? Somebody, Juven? Juven, are you there? Juven ni tak ada pula. Okay, now we celebrate Hari Raya as a celebration in achieving self-discipline and self-control by fasting for 30 days. Ingat tak soalan pertama tadi apa? Why? Kan? So you answer the question. We celebrate Hari Raya as a celebration. You answering the question. Alright? You tak tulis balik soalan tu. Okay? Every time Hari Raya is approaching, so you are now explaining about your celebration. Okay? You explain kenapa celebrate Hari Raya ni dan perasaan awak. Maybe you can write about your feelings. I will always feel thrilled. My family and I will be busy a week before preparing for the celebration. We usually go shopping for new clothes or to wear it in the early morning of the first Hari Raya, buy a lot of groceries to cook our signature Raya dishes. So now she is explaining what is happening before and during Hari Raya. Okay, so you can add that as your examples. Okay, now second paragraph and third paragraph are combined for the second and third questions. Okay, ini nanti awak kena baca lah. You boleh screenshot dan baca. At noon, my father invites. So this is what happened. Alright, you are not, kita ulang balik. You are not writing the question, but you are answering the question. Why you celebrate it? How do you feel? Who you celebrate it? What do you do when you celebrate it? Where you go? Why, how, who, what, when, where. Okay, so basically, your writing should be like this. Okay, not answering the questions and not writing back the questions, but to answer the questions. Okay, so lain-lain ni apa? Lain-lain ni is your elaboration. Okay, you boleh cerita apa yang berlaku. Giving examples is the most important thing. Okay, kena bagi examples to elaborate. Ni cikgu bantu cara nak elaborate macam mana nak elaborate, nak kembangkan daripada soalan tu jadi banyak-banyak macam ni. So you ask questions. Okay, I adore celebrating this celebration because, so tadi why? Kan? I know we will have our big family gatherings. So, you are explaining also your feelings. So, it's a good one if you can add your feelings. Okay, bagi rasa awak apa. What you can see, what you can hear, what you can smell, what you can touch, what you can feel. So, those are called senses. Kena masukkan senses juga. Okay, nanti you dah screenshot belum? Screenshot nanti you boleh baca examples ni. Okay, so kalau essay format, you kena ada introduction, okay, guide and track your reader into your reading topic. So ini adalah pendahuluan. Body content ini, yang panjang ni adalah body content. Meaning that the ones that you're answering the questions tadi. Content dia 1, 2, 3. Biasanya content 3 je. Okay, dan cikgu cakap tadi kan, combine 2 points in the same paragraph instead of writing it separately. Boleh combine paragraph tu. Macam tu banyak tadi kan, ada berapa? Ada 5, 6 kan? So what you need to do, you can combine dua-dua jadi dalam satu paragraph. And then conclusion. Apa conclusion? Apa maksud conclusion? Alamak. Sorry mana tadi? Apa maksud conclusion? Penutup. Okay. The main point. Maksudnya dalam ni, ya Rabbi. Okay, dalam ni, I adore celebrating this celebration because I know we'll have our big family gatherings. Pretty sad. However, I know we'll always come back again to visit. I am very fond to this celebration because it keeps a lot of memory to be cherished. Okay, so itu adalah penutup dia. Alright, now nak tunjuk macam mana. Okay, there is no specific. Susah betul ni. Okay, there is no specific format. Kalau writing essay ni tak ada format apa-apa. Tak perlu ada tajuk atas, tak perlu ada ni. You just need to write macam cikgu tunjuk contoh tadi kan. Simple essay consists of introduction, body and conclusion. Mesti ada. Kena tulis paragraph tak? Yes, kena tulis paragraph. Okay, general topic. General topic, you start with general topic. Tadi dia cakap pasal celebration. So you talk about celebration saja. It's important to answer all the questions given. Okay, 120 word, 20 marks, 35 minutes to write. Okay, kita tunjuk dah ni tadi. Alright, now this one. Before you start to write, read the instructions and highlight the key. Ni baca dan kena tahu ni, the key is you've been talking about celebrations. Okay, write an essay. Okay, key point in your class, you have been talking about celebration, write an essay about a celebration you enjoy. So, bila you jawab soalan-soalan ni, you are going to get this. Okay, faham tak? Do you understand how the question will look like?
Understand.
Yes.
Dia akan nampak macam tu. Okay, dalam bentuk peterminda. What you need to do? You need to transfer it into writing like this. Okay, ada soalan?
No, teacher.
No. Tips to answer, use the guide questions. Okay, use your own creativity. Ini penting. Use your own creativity. Ingat tak tadi, sebelum ni cikgu play video, dia kata gunakan apa? Gunakan compound atau complex sentences. Okay, tulis simple sentences tu language, fall under language. Alright, so cara pemarkahan dia sebenarnya adalah 5 on language, 5 on creativity, dan seterusnya lah, ada 5. Okay, 20 marks. So in language itself ada 5. Markah dia 5. So if you are writing combined sentences, it's a correct sentence. Okay, sentence tu kena betul. Alright, so markah you maybe you got 4 or 5. Tapi kalau you write simple sentences, masuk dalam language, maybe your marks is 1 or 2. But main thing is make sure ayat awak tu betul, jangan ada salah. Okay. Use your own creativity and idea to answer it. For example, you can talk about other celebrations such as Christmas, Chinese New Year, Deepavali, or even Gawai Festival. Okay, anything that talks about the topic this celebration, you write about celebration. Keep it short and simple. Writing a long essay will not ensure you to get good marks because you might tend to make a lot of grammatical errors. Kalau terlalu panjang, tadi cikgu cakap kan, tak boleh tulis terlalu panjang. Because when you're making a lot of mistakes, okay, banyak kesalahan, lagi banyak markah awak hilang. That's why cikgu kata tadi, kalau awak boleh tulis complex sentences awak tulis, tapi yang penting kena make sure grammatical awak betul, grammar betul. Alright, ayat tu betul secara keseluruhan ni. Okay, alright, any question? Ada tak? Soalan? Kalau tak cikgu tutup pasal ni. Okay, this is going, how it is going to look like. Okay. Alright, now. Nita. Okay, this is another one. Okay, another example. Cikgu nak tunjuk example je. Okay, right, essay kan? Ni dia tanya. You have been talking about hobbies with your friends. So, your title is hobbies. In 120 words, write an essay about your favorite hobby. Okay, your favorite hobby, why, how, who, what, when, do. Okay, when you see this, what you need to do is, you should know and plan. Kena plan. Yang ni nak combine dengan ni. Yang ni nak combine dengan ni, this question need to combine with this. So how many paragraph for content you have? Ada berapa paragraph untuk content? Siapa boleh jawab? Who can answer my question? Untuk content, introduction berapa paragraph? How many paragraph for introduction? One. Introduction 1. How many paragraph for content? Kalau awak dapat soalan ni.
3 paragraphs.
3 paragraph. How would you do it? Macam mana nak buat? Yang ni soalan ada 6. There are 6 questions. How are you going to do it?
Combine.
Combine. Okay, why dengan how, who dengan what. Depends lah how are you going to plan. And then the last paragraph apa? Last paragraph kena tulis apa?
Penutup.
Conclusion. Maybe you talk about your hobby. Okay. Now, so okay, this is the question. This is what the question is. Okay, so what do? You can talk about reading, storybooks, magazine, newspaper. Ini je kata example tadi. Okay, you explain, you can explain and then you give examples. What do? I do reading. Reading what? I read storybooks. Bagilah one example. I do storybooks and my favorite is Pocahontas example, right? I also read magazines and also newspaper from New Straits Times, for example. Okay, bagi example untuk bagi content to your writing. Okay, next one. Hi Nivash. Okay, when do you do it? I do it when I was a little girl. Yeah, my favorite hobby. Okay, so where do you do it? At home. Okay, when especially in my room or in my living room or in the kitchen, you know. And also library and bookshops. My favorite bookshop is where you give example like that and you give personal touch to it. Alright. Okay. Another. This is planning. This is called planning. Bila you receive this, you tulis, conteng lah. Okay, tulis dalam buku awak. Alright. You give point. Kalau who do you do it? Okay, I'm going to do it alone or with my parents and friends if I have more time. Okay. Sebab tu, this is called planning. Tadi kita dengarkan dekat YouTube tadi. Who do you do it? Ni semua, ini adalah your planning. You plan nak tulis apa untuk setiap content. Alright? Okay. Lepas tu jawab lagi. Oops, terlebih. How do you feel? I feel thankful, glad, happy. Why? Okay. How? What happened? Okay. Why do you do it? To learn many things, information and facts. Give example. What have you learned? Information about what? Facts about what? Okay, perhaps you like to read about facts, so you know more about butterflies. Okay, so you give examples of the butterflies that you have read. Okay, ini adalah planning. Okay, you dalam buku you tulis contoh-contoh apa plan you nak tulis. Okay, the content, the main content. And then after that, baru you buat introduction. Okay. Introduction ni dia letak content 1 what do you do dengan content 2 when do you do it. Kalau cikgu suka awak buat pasal hobi dulu. Okay, everybody got a hobby. It makes you, kenapa benefits of hobby? Okay, lebih kepada general, apa benefits of hobby? Contoh-contoh hobby. Itu can be a paragraph 1 into introduction. Tapi yang ni dia contoh, dia letak dah masuk terus soalan what do you do? Content 2, kan? Okay, this one can be your second paragraph. My hobby is reading. I read storybooks, magazine, newspaper, and any kind of material that I find interesting. This hobby got started when I was a little boy. When do you do it? You answer the question. Okay, this one, what do you do? Reading. You answer the question, little boy. As soon as I could, I learned to read. I started with simple ABC books. So you see, this is example and it tells what happened. My parents also read bedtime story. Okay, for me. So this is when. A little boy, when? Masa bila? Masa bedtime stories. Alright? So you are answering the question and at the same time you are telling in stories, like telling people what do you do and you're giving more examples. Okay, next. My favorite hobby is reading. I enjoy reading a book when I am free. I started to do it when I was 4 years old. Okay, so you're answering the question. The first time I started, I felt interested, so I continued reading. This one should be in one paragraph. Okay, so but you are still answering when do you do it. The hobby I like most is reading, and it might be a storybook, newspaper, or magazine. The first time my mother noticed me reading fairy tale when I was 3 years old, she encouraged me a lot. So this is actually different examples. Okay, so based on what you have seen here, which one is a better one? Number 1, number 2, number 3?
Third.
The third one. What about number 2? This one semua betul tau. Tak ada yang salah, semua betul. But which one is better? Okay, tengok ni. Ni ada compound sentences, ada complex sentences. Tapi kalau you tak boleh tulis ayat, you tahu you punya kelemahan tak boleh tulis ayat dengan betul. Alright, so you can fix on simple sentences. I enjoy reading a book when I'm free. I started to do it when I was 4 years old. The first time I started, I felt interested. So I continue reading. Now this is simple. Okay, dia berdasarkan awak punya credibility ataupun awak punya skills in writing. Alright, so semua betul tapi ini ada level of marking lah. Ada level of marking. Okay, alright. Okay. Now, ni paragraph 2 dituliskan content 3, 4, 5. These are the examples. Alamak. Okay, I enjoy reading a book. I am free. So when you read, you see that she is giving example and at the same time answering the question. When do you do it? When I'm free. Who do you do it with? Why do you do it? Book shop with my friends because I like to. It relax and calm me. But you are giving more points and examples in your writing. Dia kata my favorite author J.K. Rowling. Alright. I can further improve my English. Moreover, it can give me unlimited imagination so I can write books in the future as an adult. Okay, ataupun ni, reading always keeps me occupied and happy. I could spend a whole weekend in my room. Finishing my favorite novel is a better source of knowledge, inspiration and enjoyment. Besides, this hobby makes a punctual, disciplined and successful person in my life. Alright, so you can write that. And so on. Okay, cuba baca. Baca on your own. So now I'm actually giving you examples on how you can write it. Hi Harish. Okay, read on your own. Okay, so if you see, this person is giving examples of what she is reading. Okay, I learned about how people live in bygone days of magic mystery. So this is her interest. You are giving examples and examples. So you see all these commas when you're giving examples, you got to put your commas there. Okay, so lastly, conclusion. Books provide the reader with so much information and facts. They have certainly helped me in my daily lives. Okay, let's look at other examples. You all baca. Cikgu tak dengar. Cannot hear my voice. Can you hear my voice? The rest of you boleh dengar tak?
Yes, teacher.
Boleh.
Yes.
Alamak, siapa tak dengar tadi? Okay, you read on your own. Example. Ada banyak cara. I'm showing you there are a lot of different ways that you can write. Okay, dah boleh baca dah? Okay, if you notice in conclusion, ada perkataan in conclusion kan? Bila conclusion, you kena tulis in conclusion ya. Mesti tulis in conclusion. Maksudnya dah habis your essay, dah habis. Alright? Introduction, conclusion kena sebut in conclusion. Okay. Alright. Tadi dah ambil dah gambar, contoh. Okay, this is another example. Okay, where was it? How do you feel? This is more to questions. Night market outing. So introduction, you can talk about night market. Where is it about? Why people like to go there? You know, the benefits of going to night market. Okay, so you can write this one. Where, who, what, when, and how. Okay, and then you can also combine. Okay, so yang penting you have to remember this. Alright, 120 words, write 3 to 5 sentences for every point. Ini yang paling simple lah. If you can write lebih, you can write more. Okay, so introduction, 1 paragraph. Right, mesti ada introduction, 1 paragraph. Lepas tu Local delicacies ni Pemela dia nak bagi tahu. Second paragraph, you're combining two content. Third paragraph, tunjuk contoh je. Sebab cikgu nak buat latihan lepas ni. Fourth paragraph, kalau awak perasan tengok dia bagi apa. Mutton with broccoli is my mom's signature dish and she planned to cook it on Sunday. Then we also went to get some fresh supplies of vegetable and fruits. You know, you are applying your personal experience. Your personal experience. Macam mana you buat perkara-perkara soal ataupun ikut soalan tu. Okay, fifth paragraph. Ni bergambar lah. Ini story. Before heading home. Before heading home, my story. Ini dia cakap pasal story. Okay, so kalau question dia, identify. Answer based on the question, identify the tense. Present tense ke, past tense ke, future tense. Kalau dia suruh bercerita what happened, past tense. Kalau dia suruh awak cakap pasal sesuatu yang terjadi secara sekarang ni, current issues, present tense ke past tense? Siapa tahu kalau current issues, past tense ke present tense?
Present.
Present, betul. Kalau current issues, contoh about COVID-19, pasal flu, pasal political issues, itu current. Ataupun global warming, itu current issues kan, present tense, sedang berlaku. If they ask you to write a story, what happened, pengalaman awak, apa berlaku, awak kena tahu bila pengalaman, dia punya soalan tu suruh tulis pasal pengalaman apa, what had happened, write a story, must be in past tense. Ataupun future tense, kalau dia kata what will you do if, belum berlaku kan. So your tenses mesti in future tense. Alright, tenses is very important. So the first thing is paragraphing. Cikgu nak bagi tahu tadi. First thing is paragraphing. Must have paragraph. Okay. Second one, your sentences. Okay, whether it's complex sentences or simple sentences. Still depends on how can you write, how far can you write. Okay. It is better not to write too much or too long because you will tend to make a lot of mistakes. Okay, so make sure that if you can write long and without mistakes, it's fine. Alright. Okay, third one, tadi apa, paragraphing kan, conclusion dengan introduction, jangan lupa ya. Alright, third one, present tense, tenses. Okay, depends on the question. Choose the right tenses. Okay, yang penting ni, choose the right tenses. Whether it's past tense, present tense or future tense. Okay, next one, use words that you are very sure. Okay, sometimes when you are writing, apa maksud perkataan ni? You are looking at the internet, kan? Lepas tu you terus guna. Kadang-kadang those sentences, those words are not suitable. Perkataan tu tak sesuai untuk digunakan. So gunakan perkataan yang awak sure, betul ini boleh guna ni. Okay, so you can write. Right, use the words that you are very sure. Kadang-kadang you guna perkataan tapi dia salah maksud. Itu kadang dia punya idea dah lain. Okay, use more advanced vocabulary to replace the simple words. Kalau you ada, okay, more vocabularies, use the advanced vocabulary. Alright, kalau you ada. Kalau tak ada, tak perlu, jangan. Itu yang cikgu kata, you must be very sure of the words that you choose. Okay, sampai sini faham tak?
Faham.
Faham. Ada tak tulis nota? Cikgu cakap ni. Tak print screen ke? Okay, print screen kan? Alright. Next. Write with a variety of sentences. Variety. Yang tadi cikgu tunjuk simple sentences kan? Masa first tadi cikgu tunjuk YouTube. Simple sentences, compound sentences and complex sentences. Ini yang cikgu tunjukkan. Variety. Variety maksudnya boleh tulis simple sikit, compound sikit, complex sikit. Variety. Alright. Use conjunctions. Ini penting juga. Use conjunctions to make sure that your writing flow really well. Use conjunctions and also and subordinators. Furthermore, moreover, in addition. Okay, in conclusion, to start with, to link your sentences. I went to market. My mother and I went to the market. Although I was tired, I still followed my mom. Nampak tak difference? Which one is better? Which one is better?
The green one.
The third one, the green one. Why? It is the same idea. I went to the market. This is simple. Simple sentences. Tapi kalau you guna conjunctions and it is going to be better, right? My mother and I went to the market. Okay, with whom? You tambah lagi details, your mother. Okay, and then you tambah pula subordinators ni. Furthermore, moreover, in addition, in conclusion, although I was tired, I still followed my mom to the night market. Alright? Okay, so this is also how do you improve? Kadang-kadang buat tulis, oh I can do better. Kan? Or mula tulis, I went to the market. Oh nak tukarlah, my mother and went to the market. Oh teacher said I need to put subordinators. You know, tak furthermore, moreover, in addition. You tambahlah lagi. Although I was tired, I still followed my mom. It is the same idea. Idea yang sama tapi cara penulisan yang berlainan. Because you applying conjunctions. Ingat tu, mesti ada conjunctions and subordinators ni. Subordinators. Furthermore, linkers ataupun kita panggil linkers. Furthermore, moreover, in addition. Okay, dah screenshot dah? Done? Okay, basically that is it untuk hari ni. Wait. Okay, so I'll show you a window. Tak keluar pula. Nampak tak? Sekejap. Alright, nampak Okay, so in writing, this is important thing that you need to know. Macam last week ni, ini kita buat revision Last week, we have learned this one. Okay, part 1, okay, question 1, part 1. Right, so presentation dia, presentation awak punya ni, part 1, soalan kena tulis pendek-pendek sahaja. Jangan tulis panjang-panjang. Very short and simple. Okay, very short and simple. Kita tak tengok ni confused je ni. Alright, so this is very important. Cara awak menjawab untuk soalan pertama. Very short. Yang ini bukan jawapan awak akan yang ini je. Akan jadi yang ni je. Yang ini cikgu nak tunjuk macam mana nak tulis. Kena state your choice, reason 1, reason 2, reason 3. Mesti ada linkers. Yang ini cara awak tulis. Yang tepi ni tak payah tulis. Okay, so nanti masa awak tulis jawapan, it will look like this. Nampak macam ni je. Macam tu je. Alright, faham? Ada question tak untuk soalan pertama? Okay, so very short and sweet. Alright. Soalan kedua. Okay, tips to write paper. Paper 2, task 2. You need to have focus on which are the introduction, the body paragraph and the conclusion. Mesti tahu yang mana idea yang awak nak combine. Okay, introduction nak tulis pasal apa? What are you going to write in your introduction? Okay, body apa pula? Mana nak combine dengan mana? What is it about? Giving examples. Okay, tulis apa? What are you going to write about in the body paragraph? Okay, give examples what happened, you know, what about my feelings and everything. And then conclusion. Kalau conclusion, nak tulis apa? In conclusion. Okay. Tips number 2, identify the format. Okay, mesti identify format. Format menulis dia. Nak tulis karangan ke, nak tulis letter ke. Bila kelas habis? Amboi. Sekejap lagi habis. Pukul 1. Oh, patutnya 1 suku habis. Tadi kita start lambat tunggu kawan. Introduction, use guide words. Okay. Body paragraph, 2 or 3 paragraph. Always use sequence connectors. Okay, sequence connectors semua apa? Sequence connector apa? First, second, third. After that, connectors tadilah semua connectors, subordinators, semua tu. Conclusion, state your feeling, consequences of action and moral value. Penting. Kalau tak tahu, tak ada idea sangat, this is what you can write in your conclusion. In conclusion, I feel that whatever. Consequences, kesan-kesan ataupun give moral value. Ni penting. Ini you all boleh apply-kan. Alright. Okay, tip 7, check for any spelling errors and grammatical mistakes. Okay, any question? Dah print screen dah? Ada soalan? Alright. I think that's it. Nanti cikgu akan bagi soalan. Okay, I'm going to give sample questions. Sama macam the format sama macam awak punya simulation lah. Cuma last time cikgu bagi satu-satu kan. Paper 1 satu, and then Isnin hari tu I gave you paper 2, alright? Paper 2 part 1, and then hari ni cikgu akan bagi paper 2 part 2. Okay? Tapi in your exam, dia combine lah. Paper 1 pagi, paper 2 petang. Paper 2 they are going to have two questions. Okay? So I really hope that you can answer the questions really well. Alright.